Peace and blessings, everybody. Pastor Isaac Scott. I'm here at Gallery 35 for the exhibition. We're curating right now the exhibition We Bend Not Break, Perseverance. This is my second year here at this gallery, and I'm just like so happy to be back again. This year I am showing Doors. This is a piece that I created at Columbia University in my painting class. So these are some of the first paintings I've done with oil paint. And what I wanted to show here was the sort of some of the complexities of mass incarceration and how when we don't open doors for people and we close doors for people in areas that they need resources, we sort of are unwillingly pushing them towards a justice system that has an abundance of open doors. So it's important that doors of education, doors of employment, doors of love and privilege, and resources and help are open for people. And when they're not open and those doors are closed, people tend to get it how they live, and they end up, usually in positions that don't benefit them and usually hurt and harm them and other people. So it's important that we keep the doors open. So I wanted to show this piece because it means so much to me, and the message is there, and I'm just very grateful for being back at Community Church, Gallery 35. Looking forward to it.
Hi, I'm Jill Novensky. You can catch more of my work at rawform9. This piece I created for the show today is called DNA of a Nation. The idea behind the piece was sort of to show that our roots of this country are really based in blood in many, many ways, and also to kind of explore this idea of we the people in the country are all shades of brown, all shades of white and off-white and all the other colors, and all of the collage behind are representing our civil rights history, which for me is as if it almost never happened. I feel like we haven't changed. My original idea for the piece was to have the roots of the tree be represented by the Pan-African flag, green, black, red, from the red into the white, into the blue, from the blue into the tree. From an aesthetic standpoint, I didn't like how the green married with the red, white, and blue, but that was where my vibe was coming from, which is that our roots are really based in Africa, in large part, and we, to this day, don't give any credit to the people that really helped create this country, and we should be celebrating that. And so it's all about growth, it's all about change, it's all about change not coming from a comfortable place. So that's what it's, DNA of this nation.
Hi, I'm Pat Garrick, and I've done this piece for the Social Justice Gallery 35 exhibition that's going to be starting this month. And what I'm trying to show here is based on the article recently in the New York Times, the Project 1619, which I never knew about, unfortunately. This is not taught in high school or even grammar school, and it was a shock for me to read this whole article. So I've done a collage. I've never done a collage before, and what I tried to do is bring in all the things that were horrible about 1619, that it should be destroyed. You notice that I have wrinkles on this so that it will be destroyed, and quotes from it, and then showing the positive things that are now being there. Our first black African-American president, and I have many quotes of Toni Morrison, one of our prolific writers from this century, and people actually that have now fought after horrific things happening to them. She is now in Pennsylvania running for office, and she won. I have my pen here, and what this is, I left a couple of blanks. So my canvas is called What's Next, I Ask, and on all these blank squares, you can comment and write whatever you think is the next segment.
Hi, I'm Maureen Chen, and I've been doing calligraphy. I started out making greeting cards, and now I'm expanding to larger pieces. So this is my first piece. It's from the autobiography by Frederick Douglass, and on one side is his master saying that niggers should not learn to read because that makes them discontent as slaves. And on the other side, Frederick Douglass, when he was 8 or 9, he heard what his master said and said now he's really determined to learn. So I like that contrast, and I like that he didn't break under what his master said, and I like that optimism, and I think that's a good lesson for the youth of today to proceed into tomorrow. And my other piece here is by the new U.S. Poet Laureate, Joy Harjo. She's the first Native American to become Poet Laureate. And I like this piece. This piece came from a longer poem where she is confronting her fears and telling her fears to go away. And so I want this piece to start a conversation. I want to ask people, what are you not afraid of?
Hi, I'm Michael Davis, and this is my painting of a sharecropper and his family around 1870, after the Civil War. Sharecropping was a main form of agriculture in the South from about 1870, 1865, all the way up until the 40s and 50s. And this is actually the first painting I ever did back in 1974, 75. And I had copied an old black and white photograph and added the color to it when I was painting. And I hope you like it.
Hi, my name is Rick Perez, and I'm in the Ben Not Break show at Gallery 35. And this is my contribution to that show. It's a portrait I did from life about a year or so ago. I didn't do it with the intention of it being in this show, but it just turns out that it has some resonance with the theme, which is why I thought to pick it for the show. And the resonance is in that the sitter is looking very kind of purposefully and decidedly ahead at what possibly could be, her future, or some commitment she's made to her future. And there's a certain kind of sense of perseverance in her gaze that I kind of like, that I think is relevant to the kinds of themes that apply to this particular show. And that's why I chose it.